Hey, Viola Rules here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So we were investigating the evidence room, and I think I still have more stuff I need to examine. So let's go ahead and take a look around. What is this solid paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here, in the evidence room? You know, I just realized I didn't use the luminal testing fluid on this screen. So, let's see. Ooh, I found something. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminal testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood, pal. Art? He was dancing proudly on the day of the award ceremony. But there were a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony. So they took the Blue Badger away for a while. Really? Why? Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Yeah, they would say that. Shameful? I toiled night and day. I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can see why they moved it. Oh, we have something at Edgeworth's office. Well, this place certainly is tidy today. And it will be tidy tomorrow, too. Incidentally, he's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Oh, okay. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. Wait, what? Okay, well, we've found out what another number is. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. Oh. I'm going to go give them my report for the day. You might want to put that back in your pocket. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure you can use a report like this. Okay, well, I believe in him. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. Should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Okay, so I guess we have to go to Edgeworth's office, so I'll meet you guys over there. Okay, here we are at Edgeworth's office. Oh, hello. Ah, guest, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Hey, Edward. Ah, it's you. He has the hotel bring him tea service? I guess so? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry. Precisely. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Oh yes, he brought me some information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me, somehow. I think the report is on the other side, Edgeworth. Just like Edgeworth to miss the point. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So, how did the inquiry go? How did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Well, that's good, right? Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time, again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times, ever since that case 2 years ago. Right, we've heard about that a little bit. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. Something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. Oh. The police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gant. Oh. Okay, interesting. I could do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still... Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Oh, right, I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage. Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. Is that a screwdriver? He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. Well, maybe somebody should start asking questions. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Every single time somebody says that, it ends up having a connection. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Unrelated evidence screwdriver added to the court record. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Well, too bad. We're gonna hold on to the information anyway. Ooh, okay, so that was a good one to present because the music faded out. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL-9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in? You were the man who revived the worst memory of my life, as I recall. Yes, we did do that. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. A bad memory. He's talking about the murder in the elevator. Yeah. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Okay, so we should have another talking point. Yep. Allegations of forgery. The SL-9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gant. Oh, so he's gotten a promotion since then? that wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then. He was the best we had, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why it was a deputy chief of police on the investigation. In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. Uh-oh. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? You still working on that scientific investigation? Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminal testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Ooh, what's that? Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints! Ooh. Wait, why do you have this? Oh, I get it. Lana gave it to him. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Well, thank you. Edgeworth, no need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? He'd probably mess up trying to use it, to be honest. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Okay, so we're heading back to the evidence locker. Here we are, back in the evidence room. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Okay. So, how does this work? Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger! I guess the thumb, because it's the one I can see the most. Actually, let's do the pointer finger, actually. Nope. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? Just touch the screen. See? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? You just blow with your breath. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Oh, okay. So if you have a DS, it has the microphone on it, you would blow into the microphone at this point. I'm playing on an emulator, so I don't know how this is going to work. Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I'd better give it a try. Spread the powder and blow. So we just tap it to spread it around, lay it on thick, like she said. And, I'll be right back. I need to go check something. Does this emulator have microphone capability? Okay, I'm back from looking it up. I can't use my actual microphone for this, but I hooked up the microphone to my keyboard, to the Y key. So, yeah, there we go. Aha! You did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Oh. That's not good. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here.
Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints?
Other prints?
Looking at the locker door again closely.
Oh, hey, I see something.
It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print.
Fingerprints outside the blood. Yeah, I see it. Like this one? Okay, do the exact same thing. Actually, can I hold this? Now I have to tap it. So you're gonna hear a lot of clicking of the mouse when I do this. Sorry about that. And then press Y to blow away the excess. And there we go.
Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling.
Dazzling?
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Of course we have to identify the fingerprint, Phoenix.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right?
I guess she's right. Okay, so whose fingerprint is this?
Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints.
Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was?
I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would be most likely find on this evidence locker?
Detective Gumshoe, because this is his locker, right? And let's see, comparing... yeah, it's a match. Comparison complete. Match found.
Uh-huh. So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look.
I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what.
Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Right. This is where we got a luminal fluid reaction, right? Okay, so I just had to examine it. Okay.
Right, there was a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this?
And there goes her eyes sparkling again. Check for prints. Let's do it. Okay, let's check for prints.
That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it using chemical means.
Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too.
Oh, right. So that means no prints.
Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high?
Don't ask me.
Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away.
Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Okay, so I have another spot here, I think. Unless this is the one that I just did. Oh no, it actually worked! Wow, look at that. I didn't use enough powder. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so... who does this belong to? Obviously not you. Let's see. Aha! Comparison complete. Match found. Okay, so this is Officer Marshall's handprint. Hey, these fingerprints,
Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know?
It's Officer Marshall.
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall?
Ooh.
That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma, these are decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. Luminal reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh.
So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain.
But why would Officer Marshall...
It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence?
I don't believe it.
I mean, doesn't necessarily mean he's the one who killed Goodman, but he was definitely in the evidence locker, so we know where he was when he wasn't at his post. So, we now have to prove that in court somehow, and we'll do that in the next episode. If you guys enjoyed this one, give this video a like. Also be sure to like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter, as well as support my Patreon, and check out my reaction channel. All those links will be in the description below. And subscribe for more. If you are subscribed or a new subscriber right now, be sure to hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload videos. This is Viola Rules, signing off. Talk to you later.